Lions, the resting royalty. Lions, kings of the jungle, despite avoiding jungles entirely. Instead, they command the open African savannas, like sun-soaked statues carved from gold. But don't let the naps fool you. These animals are tanks wearing fur. Adult males can weigh over 250 kilos, and their manes? Not a fashion statement. They're built-in riot gear, shielding the neck during violent clashes with rivals. Lions are also the only true social big cats. A pride is a family, but a military unit in disguise. The lionesses coordinate ambushes with strategies that would impress generals: flanks, traps, silent approaches, perfect timing. And that roar, you can hear it across 8 kilometers. Nature's version of a territorial loudspeaker. Yet for all their strength, lions are astonishingly lazy. Up to 20 hours a day spent lying around, basically Africa's most dangerous furniture. But when they rise, zebras scatter, buffalo panic, everything runs. The greatest irony? The king isn't even Africa's deadliest killer. That title belongs to something far smaller, but the throne of size belongs elsewhere. Tigers, the striped titans. Tigers, the largest cats on the planet. A male can stretch over 3 meters and weigh more than 300 kilos. A walking, growling, striped refrigerator with claws. Unlike lions, tigers hunt alone, and solitude has made them terrifyingly efficient. Silent steps, explosive acceleration, a bite force capable of snapping a buffalo's spine like stale bread. Their stripes aren't decoration, they're camouflage. Each pattern unique, a living fingerprint forged for stealth. This is also a cat that can drag a 500-kilo kill uphill, using only its jaws. Imagine your refrigerator dragging you home after a long day. That's a tiger. Yet for all this power, tigers remain shy, avoiding humans whenever possible. Unless pushed, then the forest has a new top priority on its menu. But power doesn't guarantee survival. Poaching and habitat loss have carved their numbers down to mere hundreds in some regions. Look into a tiger's eyes and you understand instantly why ancient cultures bowed to them as gods of strength, but the feline pantheon has more members. Jaguars, the skull crushers. Deep in the jungles of the Americas lives a shorter, stockier monster, the jaguar, smaller than lions, smaller than tigers, but pound for pound, stronger than both. Their bite pressure is the greatest of any big cat, strong enough to crack turtle shells like peanuts and crush skulls with calm efficiency. While most cats suffocate prey, jaguars go straight for the head. Direct, brutal, no theatrics, and they swim. Not reluctantly, they love water. They dive for fish, hunt caimans, and even take on anacondas. Yes, the snake thick enough to qualify as a biological subway tunnel. Their rosetted coat dissolves into jungle light like moving shadows. Blink, and they're gone. But even gods face danger. Deforestation and poaching have squeezed jaguars out of much of their native range. In indigenous myth, the jaguar isn't just an animal. It's a spirit moving between life and death. And honestly, anything that can skull crush and snake wrestle absolutely deserves divine status. But the jaguar's cousin plays a very different game. Birds, the shadow assassins. Leopards, the ninjas of the big cat world. They aren't the biggest or the heaviest, but they are undeniably the most versatile. They live everywhere. African savannas, Asian forests, even snowy mountains. If Wi-Fi had their coverage, the world would be perfect. Their power isn't in size. It's in invisibility. Leopards move without sound, without presence, without warning. One moment the forest is calm. The next, a life is over. And then comes their strangest habit. They hoard. A leopard will drag prey heavier than itself into the canopy. A private pantry where hyenas, lions, and wild dogs can only stare up in frustration. Their coat is an optical illusion designed by evolution. Spots breaking up their outline so completely that even trained eyes lose track. But despite their adaptability, humans continue to push their territory smaller and smaller. Still, leopards endure. They bend. They adapt. They vanish, only to reappear where survival still has room. And in the high mountains, their ghost-like cousin rules the cliffs. Snow leopards, the mountain ghosts. Snow leopards, creatures so elusive they feel imaginary. Living among the peaks of Central Asia, they've mastered a world where breathing itself feels ambitious. They wear thick fur, layered like natural armor, giant paws functioning as snowshoes, and tails so long and fluffy they double as winter blankets. But their true weapon is agility. These cats can leap 15 meters in a single bound, like jumping across a school bus while balancing on a cliff. Their realm is vertical, walls of rock, ice, and danger, where even mountain goats second-guess their confidence. And unlike their roaring relatives, snow leopards don't roar at all. Their call is a soft, eerie chuff, a whisper from the mountaintops. Sadly, only 4,000 to 6,000 remain in the wild. Each year, poaching and shrinking habitat push them into harsher territory. Encountering one feels less like seeing an animal and more like the earth itself briefly acknowledging your existence. But if ghosts stalk the mountains, what stalks the darkness? Black panthers, the living shadows. Black panther, a name fit for myth, comics, and legends. But here's the twist. There is no species called a black panther. It's simply a leopard or jaguar born with melanism, a genetic mutation turning the coat jet black. In sunlight, hidden rosettes appear like secret tattoos. But at night, they're gone. Walking embodiments of absence. Cultures worldwide call them protectors, demons, gods, omens. Scientists call them color variants. Only one of those explanations sells movie tickets. Melanism isn't just aesthetics. In dense forests, it's elite camouflage. Predators this dark don't stalk the night, they own it. And while the truth behind the legend is genetic simplicity, its impact is mythic. Look into the eyes of a black panther, and you don't think about mutations. You think about shadows growing teeth. Conclusion: where power wears fur, lions rule with sound, tigers dominate with strength. Jaguars crush. Leopards disappear. Snow leopards haunt the cliffs. And panthers blur the line between myth and biology. Big cats aren't just animals. They're the living echoes of our oldest fears, our oldest stories, our oldest ideas about what power looks like.